Yo, 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 yo. My name is Jay, and I'm chilling with my friends again. it, nah, just kidding, man. Another episode of the Unthreaded Show, Unthreaded TV with my people. What's up?
Yo,
What's going on? Unthreaded TV
How's it
for as
going?
long as
How's
we're
the
around, right?
weekend?
oh yeah, we. I would hate for us to have to rebrand yet again, but if recent trends continue, I don't know. We might have to
Blue
be
Sky TV.
under the blue sky, or I don't know.
But Jesse, we know Leigh is going to talk about her thread in a few, but you have any updates on this week that
Well,
or any miscellaneous?
y'all were commenting on my drink choice. For those of you who are tapped into the drink culture here, we know Jhamar likes electrolyte sometimes. I was drinking a Poppy last episode. I'm drinking an Izzy now. I've drank like 4 of these today. It's no added sugar, but still a lot of sugar. But it's basically sparkling juice. It is delicious. As for the week goes,
juice in there?
yeah, I think it's all real juice.
Okay.
Real juice, flavored juice beverage
Would you-
blend from concentrate with other natural flavors.
Hey Jesse, can I clip that and post it on
Yeah.
LinkedIn?
We got to get Izzy in here. Get us that corporate sponsorship. Unless we turn on him at the end of the episode like Electrolyte. Remember, we had Electrolyte going for the whole time last episode.
Izzy
And
isn't
then,
busy.
and then turn on him. Izzy, we promise we'll stick with you through thick and thin. Getting busy with Izzy,
Yeah.
that's right.
Busy Izzy.
Getting busy with Izzy is the sponsor of this show.
Yep.
But so all right, so before Leigh, because Leigh, I think we should start with the first thread.
No, that's you.
Thread.
We're starting with you.
because-
Are we starting with Jamar's first? Well, wait, before we jump in, Jhamar, is that a New Jersey pin on your vest there?
Yes.
Oh, nice, man. You really are doing these are all the political symbols, bro. Got that? Where you even get a New Jersey pin?
New Jersey.
I'm trying to show
Thanks, Leigh.
New Jersey. No,
Leigh. Or you just walk into a Wawa and you're like, hey.
I would like one New Jersey pin.
actually, I got it online. I actually don't know where it's shipped from, but it probably was shipped from New Jersey. But I just wanted to give a shout out to two threaders, Paul Wenzel. I think that's how you say his name, and Daniel Thompson. My bad, Dr.
Yeah.
Thompson. Yeah, just two of the most authentic people I've come across on the app. Really inspiring people. I don't know, like they always like bigging me up, and like those words mean something. So I just
It is really nice. We
Give him a
appreciate
shout out,
both of
man.
y'all,
Yeah.
both for the incessant positivity and the clipping as well. Doc is like so fast with the clipping. I'm always impressed.
I
He's
was
got,
literally just looking at one of his posts.
yeah, he's got like he's like memed us up for the week, like basically right after we post. It's amazing. Thank you both.
Yeah, and they support Unthreaded a lot, man. They always show love. So I just want to show them some love, man. But Leigh, the reason why I wanted you to go first is because we were just sharing updates on the week, and I thought, you had a fun week.
I did.
That
I wasn't
you want
prepared to go
share.
first. Hold on. Okay.
Audible.
Okay. No, I'm good. All right. Well, yeah, so I'll just tie into my week. Well, first, did you have anything else for your week, Jhamar?
No. I just wanted to say that those two fellas showed me love this week, and they showed us love. So I just wanted to give them a shout out.
All right. Yeah, so if you were on Threads at all this weekend, I went to Dallas. I went home. I went home to see that the actual reason was my nieces turned 3 and 5 in August and September. So my sister has a joint birthday party for them. And I usually try to make that to see them when they're little.
Joint birthday party. I wouldn't think that it's advisable to give kids joints that young, but
Lots of joints for lots of kids.
Mm.
So yeah, that was a indoor playground full of tiny people running around, and I just had to help set
all
up.
of them stoned. Just the most stoned kids.
So that'd be something.
They're just them watching Pixar, like, oh my god.
They're like, have you seen this?
Yo, it's
What
really good.
before? This is so good. These
Going
colors
through,
are so bright.
they're like inside the big drum of cheese balls, just munching their way through it. Yeah, that's how I do it anyway at 37.
Right, I was like, that's just a normal day for me. That's just how I
Just like normal, yeah.
So, and then when we were planning the trip like a week ago, John pointed out that the fan jam was on that Saturday. So, of course, we made plans
Good timing.
to go to that and meet up with Ty and meet up with the MFFLers. Wow, that was hard to say out loud.
I've just started saying it miffle in my mind. I
That
don't
works
even
too.
know what it
I have no problem with miffles.
miffles. You're hanging with the miffles this weekend. What does it actually stand for? What's the acronym?
Mavs fan for life.
Mavs fan for life.
It's
Sure,
something,
sure.
and this is just from my memory. So fact check me if needed. But from my memory, Cuban like just started it. Like I think when it might have even been from Twitter because it was a hashtag. And it was just like Mavs fan for life. I remember the first time I was like, that's just so made up. And like he just was like, let's put something together, and it just stuck. And here we are, probably 15 years later, still using it. It's on everything. But
I don't mean to distract us, but it's funny because you were in Dallas. I was in Salem this weekend, and whenever we go on a road trip and we're in like a hotel, inevitably we always end up watching Shark Tank because it's the only thing that's on like the guide that we're like, oh, whatever, I guess we'll just watch it. But I heard he's leaving Shark Tank.
I think that is correct. And I'm not sure what like his really. Oh no, probably because I think he's trying to focus more on the cost plus drugs, which is really cool. Like I don't know exactly his next plan. I'm sure he has one, or maybe just to hang out with his kids. Like we were actually talking about him yesterday. Like he is a billionaire, but like I'd venture to say he's probably one of the most normal billionaires, as normal as a billionaire can be, because he wasn't born into it. He didn't inherit a team.
Right.
He made his money. He invested it well, and he's a great businessman. So we got lots of love for cubes.
It always makes me laugh on Shark Tank because he's so much wealthier than the rest of them. So it's like when they all want one, they're like all looking at him like, "Don't you fucking do it!" And he always
can always up
pay more. It's fine. And then there's always Mr. Wonderful is always like, "What about you should lease it to me."
Oh yeah.
Like,
that's a terrible.
Has anybody ever said yes to Mr. Wonderful? I've never seen him make a deal on the show. Granted, I'm only watching when I'm in hotels, but
that's a good question. I don't know. Probably.
Well, anyone out there who's invested with Mr. Wonderful, please contact unThreaded. I'll love to hear from you. Anyway,
wait, is that the one that got caught up in the SPF scandal?
SPF?
Sam.
Oh.
No.
I thought this was a sunscreen related.
Yeah,
scandal.
Dylan says yes. It was him.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know that, but
well, Leigh, are you the first person to choose the
I'm not choosing
thread?
thread.
Oh, that wasn't.
I sent it to you. Did you read it?
Well, hit us with it, Leigh.
All
hit
right.
us with it.
This is from Ben Barden. Have you ever met anyone from Threads IRL? And I mean people you didn't already know beforehand. I used to meet people from chat rooms, IRC, web forums, EasyBoard, and occasionally bloggers. I realize I've not done this in a really, really long time. And I, of course, saw this at, I think, the end of Saturday after we'd been hanging out with Ty all day. And I was like, I know it was Sunday. I was like, see all of my posts from yesterday. So, yeah. I think that is interesting, which is funny because like I didn't actually meet a bunch of people previously, like referring to this thread, probably because I was younger and that was maybe a little sketch, and a woman. So it's little, you never know what you're walking into. Yeah. But yeah, it's just on the topic of hanging out with people in our IRL from Threads. It is one of the coolest things. When you say it out loud, it sounds kind of weird when you're telling people like that you're going to go meet somebody that you met on Threads. And they're like, what's Threads? No. But of course, we've met Ty before and we're friends with Ty. and we hung out. Like, he took off. We went to the Mavs fan jam. It was amazing. We got to see Coach Kai and Coach Luca and a little scrimmage. It was so fun. And then we hung out all day, and just, it was like we're just have been friends forever. And then later, the next evening, we met up with more of the NBA Threads Mavs fam. So it was Paul and Bernie and Blair and me and John and Ty. And then Paul brought one of his friends, Nick, who's also a big Mavs fan.
Nice.
He's not huge into Threads, but we told him how to pick it up so he can start seeing the NBA Threads group. So
nice. The Miffles were out full force.
It was awesome. And it was like you literally walk up and meet these people, and it feels like you just know them already. Like, I had never met the rest of them in person, but I feel like I know them. You walk up and you're like, hey, there's nothing weird. Like, you just hang out. It's instant friends, and it's pretty cool. So it was a really, really awesome night. We had a really great time. Shout out to all of the Miffles. But yeah, so I guess really there's not a lot to dig into here, but just you guys to speak on your meetups and like what it means to you, and like how it's really, if you've ever met anyone else from other social media and how that compares to this.
Yeah. I mean, well, me and Jhamar have met. We met up now a couple times in the city, so that was always really fun. And it's funny because like you're saying, Leigh, there is like some built-in rapport, but at least for me, it's always like interesting because there is definitely a different dynamic of like being around somebody in person, right? Like you're meeting like the curated version of them online, so there's like a little bit of that getting to know each other to be like, oh yeah, okay, there's that recognizable part of who they are that like I connected with in the first place or whatever. But
what is wait, Jesse, can you unpack that? Can you
yeah, well, I mean, I think that especially with Threads, like, people through their voice or their like sense of humor in an online forum, but like people are different in person for whatever reason, whether they have like social anxiety or if they're just like somebody who composes their thoughts more behind the keyboard. So they might be a little bit more reserved, or they might be a little bit more something different than what you had like come to expect. Not a good or a bad thing, just like a different kind of venue. So I think just being around people in person is a different thing than being around somebody online. So I've always just noticed that when I meet up with people in real life, it's just like a different kind of adjustment.
Okay. Well, don't get me started talking about vibes and all that stuff. Don't get me started. I want to talk about the vibes, but Jesse, I think you was talking about a bigger point before.
I've been fortunate enough to meet a ton of folks from the NBA Threads community, and it's really, we talked about this, Jhamar, at the Threads meetup in New York, which was obviously really fun and had a bunch of people from Threads that I had both connected with or hadn't connected with yet. But this is really like the only platform that I've ever been on that I was like aspiring to meet people off of it. Just had that kind of community ethos. So I met a bunch of people from Threads. The first person I think I met was probably Paula, Older Girl Beauty, when I went out to Oklahoma City to film that Nike commercial. So I didn't know Oklahoma City, and I had threaded about it like, hey, I'm going to be in OKC. Any like Thunder fans out there want to meet up? And she was like one of the ones who responded. She took me around Oklahoma City. It was an amazing time. Like, it was so cool to see the city through her eyes, because that made me really grateful too, because I didn't feel like I'm just going to like the top search terms for restaurants or whatever. I felt like I had somebody qualified to be like, let me show you what I think is important or what I think is significant. So I had a blast with her. Like, she picked me up. I was like looking at a duck in a duck pond. She like drove me around. She drove me to this thing called the Oklahoma Cock Ring, which was so funny. And like, I never would have found on my own. But it's like this ring that has OKC written all over it. And the OKC is all jumbled around. So it just looks like it says cock all over it. It's very funny. So shout out to Paula. That was like my first meetup with folks. And then Jhamar, I met you shortly thereafter when I came back to New York. I met Lex. from New York Threads. So I met you two in different kind of like, I think I went to her basketball tournament. It was Battle of the Boroughs. And Queens won. I was on the winning team. I contributed almost nothing, but I got to win. So that was fun. And then, people at the Threads meetup. So I've had a great time. And then Aaron came out and visited. And then those Tech Threads folks came out and visited. I know I talked about it in the previous episode. And the Rushes came out and recently visited too. So I've probably met about, I'd say.
You said the Russians? Oh, the Russians. I'm like, yo, what you talking about?
Yeah, I'm real big on Russian. Threads Russia.
Threads Russia.
Oh, man. Listen, I have been meeting people online since MySpace.
Oh my gosh.
Word.
How old were you? Like 8?
Yeah, since MySpace. No, I had to be like, I think I was like 16 or 17.
About
16
that age. I think we're probably the same age.
But I also was meeting people from like AIM and AOL as well, though.
See, that's what's fascinating to me, Jhamar, because it seems like, to me, I think Threads was the first time where I was like, all my previous social media prior to that, including MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, was all like, oh, I meet you in real life and then we become Facebook friends, or then we like follow each other on Instagram or whatever. It was always like meet the people first, and then that became like.
You never had a friend that you met online only?
I mean, in the early days of AOL chat rooms, this is actually a funny story. We can probably clip this one, but my first screen name ever was Cougar 1010 in the AOL chat room days, because I loved pumas. I loved mountain lions. I was really into this CD-ROM game called Dangerous Creatures in Carta. And so I chose Cougar 1010, went into some chat rooms, and I'm sure y'all can guess how that went. I had no problem finding pen pals. And my parents were like, very like, we're going to read, make sure like everything's wholesome. They didn't know about the cougar connotation. But my first pen pal, like, started off, they were like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey, do you like mountain lions? And then the guy like immediately turned it sexual, and my parents were like, nope, goodbye. And I think they made me change my
Your
screen.
name.
I had to become Jess Blader. That was my homage to rollerblading. So R.I.P. Cougar 1010, my favorite and first screen name.
Yeah, man. I've been meeting people online my entire life. I actually prefer it. I'm really comfortable with doing it. I think for me, it's just like you get to find people who are truly like you online. Like you know, because like I don't know, like online just gave me this idea that life is bigger than my area. So I will always find friends online, and we figure out a way to like meet up in real life. I've been doing this since high school, man. It's just so funny. And then like dating apps happen, and then like Facebook and social media. So everything, I literally didn't have to go up to no one in real life, and I could still have like a community of friends.
So this is interesting, because I think like the way you're describing using these social media tools, like would both of you describe yourselves? How would you describe yourself, as an introvert or an extrovert? Because the way that you're describing it, Jhamar, I feel like is the way that I interpret introverts use online.
No, I just honestly, Jesse, it's just I think most people are just full of crap, and I think I have like, I'm so serious, and I think I have like a really low tolerance of people who are full of crap. So if you tell me there's a solution online where I can connect with people, to me, it's not really me being an introvert. I think it's me being sensible, because it's like, let me broaden my horizon, or like let me broaden my options of what I call friends.
Okay. So for you, it's not an introverted extroverted thing. But how would you describe yourself of those two? Do you feel drawn to one of the two labels?
Listen, I'm everything, bro. Honestly, like Tupac said, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You feel me? It's like I'm everything, bro. Like if I need to be extroverted to like get a desire fulfilled or get something done, I'm sure I could be. If I feel like I don't want to talk to anyone because I'm thinking I have anxiety, then maybe I won't. But I don't know.
It oscillates.
But we do need to go to the next thread because I know.
Well, for
wait,
what
but-
it's worth, I'm an
You do?
extrovert.
Okay, I could have probably
Okay.
called that one.
Okay.
And I'm sure y'all
Okay.
probably can't peg for what I am.
No, not
obviously.
at all. Definitely just a homebody.
Wait, Jesse, what would you consider yourself?
By like the
extrovert?
furthest off the scale, like I broke the scale.
Yeah.
Like the pandemic was so hard for me because I just like it
I had a
energized
mental
me.
break. Like,
Yeah, it was so bad. Like all these introverts were being like, "This is the best. I get to stay home and read," and I was like, "No, this is torture for me." I charge up from being around people
Me
and like
too.
making people laugh and stuff. So it was
It was
excruciating.
brutal.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. Like, I loved it, bro.
Well,
I
I think you just know what
yeah,
you are
he's
then.
answering it for us. Well, I was gonna
I
say
loved
he
it.
kind of told on himself anyway because I think introverts have that like switch where they're like, I can be
Yeah, I
extroverted,
can
but
be
that's just like
extroverted.
acting. Like my partner is the same way. She's very introverted, but if she's putting on extrovert mode, it's like literally drains her battery. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I'm the opposite. It's
Bro,
plugging me
I can
in.
only do it.
You have to drag me out of parties
That's
because I'm like,
John.
it's too much fun.
Bro, I can only do it for like 10
Yeah.
minutes, bro. But I can do it at a high level where
Yeah.
I'm dancing, I'm getting
That's
a party started. But after that, don't come to me with small
Yeah,
talk or
yeah.
anything.
You're
I
so I
wanna
I want
do
the
it.
party to keep going. People are like, let's go somewhere else.
Me
And I'm like,
too.
yeah.
Me too. That
And
there
John's
was
like,
this girl
I
at
need to go
SNL.
home.
This girl in SNL this past weekend, she was playing the piano and was like, it was making fun of she was like Gen Z partying through the night. She's like 6 a.m. I'm still here. Everybody's wrapping up. I'm like, that's me. I want to.
that's
I'm like
funny.
there till the end.
Me too.
Okay, thread number 2. Are we going?
Okay.
You, Jhamar?
Thread number 2. Yeah. Let's just get
Okay.
this out the way. Yeah, man. It's some dude. I never saw this account. The name is Max, but the account name is Airplane Facts with Max. The bio says, I'm an aircraft mechanic. I also write music. There's a link in his bio to my songs. And I need to check out his music. I should have checked out his music before I introduced the thread because it would have been something cool to talk about. But I think this is enough. He just posted a video where he says, Dad Facts with Max.
Here's something that Big Zip Tie doesn't want you to know. So when you use a zip tie to hold something together and you need to take it off, you can just take your pliers and squeeze it and it just comes right apart again.
And I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm so lost on this, Jesse, as the white male correspondent. This is white male on white male tension. Please unpack this, man. I don't know. I just see this guy,
Undoing his
Big
tie.
Moss. Yeah, I don't know what the
close
freak-
personal friend and Scar supporter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Our family, our brother in Christ, Big Mos. Mos? Is it Mos? Or
I-
Moss? Like Randy Moss?
I've been saying Mosery, but I don't know.
Call him Adam.
I'm gonna call him Moss.
You can call him Mosery. I love Randy Moss.
You
see
call
the
him
Randy Moss
Mosery?
bobblehead right here. So that's too complimentary to me.
Okay. Yeah. We can't disrespect
Exactly.
Randy Moss like that. So this guy Mosery says, shut the F up. And his account is still up. The bots didn't tag it. The bots didn't put him in suspension. or
The
anything.
asterisk.
Magical.
like this-
Asterisk. Magic wild key.
Crazy. It's
Maybe
the
it's the
asterisk. Okay, it's the asterisk. Okay. Well, Jesse, what's going on?
Yeah, so I am glad you brought this up. First of all, shout out to Airplane Facts with Max. I've seen that dude on like Instagram and TikTok. He is pretty hilarious. But yeah, he had posted a video about a zip tie and a very simple like dad fact that if you like squeeze the sides of the zip tie, you can actually get the like part that you threaded through back. And I guess Mosery was like, his mind was blown about it or whatever. But yeah, he posted this, shut the fuck up. And I think he was saying it in the kind of like, I think he was saying it in like kind of a
Wow.
Mean Girls way, like, shut the fuck up. Wow.
No.
Like, or like,
Yeah, he was saying
Right.
saying it how I'm going to say this, but I hope everybody, I hope this come in peace. How probably black women or
Yes.
LGBTQ.
Yeah, it was that or like his hero.
He was
Yeah,
cosplaying,
his
bro.
hero Regina George. Like that's how he was saying it. And so he said basically like shut the fuck up. Like, wow, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
And instantly became a meme because everybody was like, yo, we've been talking to you about AI moderation and you're like just being really obtuse about it. And at this point, it feels like, again, one of his kind of troll responses. So, he did that a couple times where there was like the time where it was copy pasting and he's like, are they literally like copying pasting or are they like sharing your post? And we were like, literally copying pasting, bro. Or he was like, there was another one that was just like he really, I do think like it gets like Regina George energy. Like, I think he really like thinks this is like so funny to be like, shut the fuck up. So anyway, he was kind of flouting this whole thing right in everyone's face and immediately, again, became a meme. But apparently the story today, as of recording Tuesday, October 8th, the biggest outrage right after this shut the fuck up became an instant meme and everybody's on his ass again about AI moderation. It's being dubbed as Crackergate, which is hilarious. So it's my duty as the white male correspondent to bring you this update on Crackergate. Cracker is apparently a censored word in AI moderation. And so people were posting about like graham crackers and stuff. They were getting like censored and kicked off the platform because they were talking about literal like snack crackers. So there you have it.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not even
Leigh?
sure I've seen anyone use, I'm not to say that they don't, but it's like, I don't even feel like that's on there enough that it would be needed to add it to some mod to begin with.
Also just like
these insanity of it.
Like these rich white men that all vote for Trump, like y'all really are the most sensitive people on the planet. Like I would never even give a single shit if anybody called me a cracker, even if they meant it in the most derogatory sense. Like, okay, like I mean, like,
you know what it is, bro. You know what it is. They learn how to be woke, bro. They just being woke. They watch everyone be woke, and they just like, I want some too. I need to be woke.
So you're saying they're like twisting the definition of woke?
Yeah.
To be like, well, now you can't say cracker.
Yep, exactly.
But it's like,
exactly.
I think we're all being trolled.
Hardcore, man. Like, because again, like
I think they're just you know what? Let's just add more words.
And you know what? I know that this isn't like that big of a deal because, like, remember that song from way back when? This is like pre-MySpace era. Follow me if everything is all right.
Oh yeah,
Uncle that Cracker. Is by a dude named Uncle Cracker. Cracker, and that they said that on the radio, no problem. They were like, "Here's a new tune from Uncle Cracker." Like, so it's that's absurd to me that would be a trigger word. But it's just the latest in a long like line of people were being like, hit me with the details, and like that they'd get kicked off for that, or that post would be or like held up for that. Like can you say something is a hit record? Oh my god, if you say Uncle Cracker had a hit record, you're done for. Facebook will come and personally murder you. Just wiped off the face of the earth.
Cracker's hitting.
You know it's interesting, man. So let's call it, in the last decade, I think I've been like banned from Twitter for like a year.
Oh my god.
I was very critical of Mark Zuckerberg, and like I was on college campus. Okay. No, it didn't get me banned. I guess I'm just saying that I was like an activist when it came to like this type of stuff.
Did you call him a cracker?
But now, bro, I was intense, bro. I used to come at the whole VC, the whole tech, bro. I was intense.
But did you ever call him a cracker?
adjacent, cracker adjacent, probably.
So much saltine.
Yeah. Like, what does that mean?
Cracker
You
adjacent.
fucking saltine dweebs.
Flaky, crispy,
Or like a
salty.
plain Pop Tart,
Now we're getting into pastry
you
territory.
know.
Yeah.
Yo, but I say all that to say is like it's cool seeing people like be outspoken about these issues because I have gave up and I decided to like bring my energy, like just put my energy elsewhere. But I'm happy to see people call these rich people out for just simply not caring or thinking they have the answers, but mainly also thinking that we should have a say.
Yeah.
And that's why you should sign up to our union for $25 a month.
Wait, what?
You'll have so much access. Jesse is in. Leigh is the treasurer. $25 a month. The Threads
You
Union,
get the
baby.
first. You're the
All right.
first ones to get the reports, the white man correspondent reports,
I do.
and that gives you all the ammo you need to hit these saltines where it hurts.
You know exactly, yes. Exactly how to post. I do have a real question though. Like, what do you think is happening? Do you think because there's no way they don't know this? Like they just don't care?
I really don't.
That simple?
I think they don't care, and it's so funny because they will have like a contingent of like bootlicks who will come to their defense. Obviously, you see it on Twitter with like all the like Elon truthers out there, but even like Zuckerberg, he's got his like he got his little Malibu beach curl glow up, and even with that, you see like when people are speaking up, there are some folks who come into mentions unprompted and are like, stop whining, like they've got to do all these things, and I'm just like, you really like, okay, I guess every Regina George needs their like Gretchen Wiemers. Like if you want to play that part, go for it. I don't know why I'm like so deep with the Mean Girls extended metaphor tonight.
I don't ever read those comments, and I don't doubt that, but it's always so weird to me when people like defend like super wealthy, like famous rich people, and I'm like,
they don't need it. What do you like? What they already control everything.
also,
I guess if you're the
Now, well, two
you want to be in
things.
the box of saltines, so get your little.
So I think they are defending the lifestyle because they aspire to
Yes.
be like
I
those
think you're
people. So I
100%
think
right.
they're defending that. And the second thing I want to say is, Leigh, it was to your question. What was your
so
question?
what do you think's really going on?
Oh
Do
yeah,
they,
yeah.
Are they know? And
Yeah.
they must know, but like, why are they doing nothing?
I think they think of us as like little
Yeah.
weirdos, and I'm only saying that because, like, we've met some of the staff, and they don't talk about the product like we weren't talking about the product like at all with the staff. So I'm just like, y'all don't use the product like that. So y'all working for a product that you don't really use, and then when you meet people that actually use it, like you're not interested at all in like what's happening.
What do they
So
want
I'm
to
just
talk
like,
about
you must.
with regard to Threads?
They're wild.
Well,
You want
they-
to talk about that? About
Like the people you
Threads
said you've
with
met,
friends.
like.
Well, I mean employees.
Yeah, I know.
I mean
Like,
employees. I
I'm
don't
just
mean
curious, like, what what can they talk on with regard to Threads?
how we make the app better, our experience. Like, we the power users. If people got together to throw up a Threads 1 year anniversary, it's like, come on, it's something. It's something happening that in the biggest city, it's like it's something happening that people should be listening to, right? Because I know if I was the
No,
CEO
I'm
of a
asking.
company and
Sorry,
people
I was
did
asking
that-
you what they
like
do. What did they actually talk about? Since they couldn't speak on like using it, like what were they like? What were they saying that made them seem like clueless? I guess.
I think they just kind of stood off to
I
the
don't know.
side at the thing. And was like,
Yeah.
So they didn't
it was just,
interact.
like
Okay.
looking
yeah,
at
they
us.
didn't really interact. And listen, I empathize to a degree because I'm sure that they don't have any real answers, and like maybe they don't maybe they really don't use the actual product. I don't know. Like maybe this has always been kind of one of those things where, like, if you're a developer and you got thrown on the Threads project, that felt like a demotion, or that felt kind of like, oh, I don't get to work on like building King Zuckerberg's metaverse. Like I don't know what.
But what a wasted opportunity,
agree,
Jesse.
man.
What a
I
wasted
agree,
opportunity.
and you can tell this from the top down. Like Mossery, the Sultan of Saltines himself, he has always treated Threads like just this afterthought because, of course, he's got his hands full running Instagram. A lot of people have been calling, rightfully so, I think, like, why are you going to be the head of it if you're not even on it like that and if you don't really even listen to people like that? But I think it all comes back to what you're talking about, Jhamar. I call it the cynicism of scale. Like, it really, to me, is these tech bros all have this, like, eternal growth philosophy. They all buy into this, like, world of economics that I don't think exists. Like, I always feel like you if you want to understand people and scale and money and all that stuff, you should read behavioral economics because that's always about the how and the why that people do things. But people like tech bros always get excited about the notion of eternal growth, hockey stick growth, they call it, or, you know, this notion of always be growing, always be crushing it. And they're the ones who are always getting these cartoonish salaries because they distort the world so much in the way that they look at things, because they have a very grotesque view of how companies can grow and how many people are out there. And you notice this when products, especially tech products, become enshittified. Enshittification is like my favorite term because it's so fucking potent. And it's always this thing where you have this initial wave of people really connecting and using this thing. And instead of trying to find a qualitative metric that they can then sell to advertisers as like, look at their quality engagements happening here, they always chase the fucking balloon of impressions and old media things. They lack the imagination to actually think about how can we show that the interactions here are a higher quality. You can't even go on Facebook anymore. I don't know if you guys go on Facebook at all. I went on Facebook the other day.
It's terrible.
The fucking videos I'm seeing,
it's a wasteland.
Like, they're so fucking bad. They're so bad. And I was like, that was the first case study of enshittification, was Facebook becoming the literal fucking yellow pages because nobody wants to fucking go on there. You can't have a quality interaction.
I haven't.
And so I hope that doesn't happen. You see it. I don't even like going on Instagram anymore. That shit's a wasteland now.
It's true.
Wow, Jesse, that was
Had
good.
to empty
man.
the clip on the Saltines, baby.
That was good. Okay, well, you want to take us into the last thread?
And it's actually a nice little bit of adjacency here with the tech bros and some of the worst, scummiest people on the planet. We have another Saltine coming up as the subject of my thread.
He's like an 18-year-old Saltine.
He really is.
Stainless Saltine.
Yeah, he's like the wannabe Saltine. He probably loves Mosery. So my thread comes to us from friend of the show and NBA Threads community member, Michelle275. Shout out, Raised by Wolves. We're better than the Miffles. No big deal. Michelle275. She says, seeing Aaron Rodgers frustrated is one of my favorite things in the world. And this thread did freaking numbers. It has 44,000 views, 4.3 thousand likes, 126 comments, 52 reposts. Yeah. And I mean, like, it's a fucking banger. Like, it is very fun to see that man in misery in any capacity. And so I just appreciated Michelle expressing that sentiment. And what was fascinating to me is she got so much, like, she did so many numbers with this thread. She threaded another thing later that evening that was like, my dumb little Aaron Rodgers thread has so many views. It's crazy. I guess, like, fuck him or whatever. Sorry if I paraphrase that poorly, Michelle. But that one did numbers too. So I was just like, yo, this guy really is despised almost across the board.
We can all agree that we dislike this man.
Everybody fucking hates him.
Hold up, Leigh. Hold up. See, now I understand why I have so many haters in the NBA Threads community. Because when everybody is going right, Jhamar has to go left.
This is the compulsion you have.
And
it is a little odd. So unpack this for us.
Yeah. But
are you going to defend Aaron Rodgers?
Or it's just, I'm not going to defend him. I'm not going to. No. I'm not going to defend him, but I'm not just going to agree that I want to see this man suffer, and I enjoy seeing this man suffer, because there is some type of like compassion I have for Aaron Rodgers being a free thinker. Just from the idea that he doesn't think, or he doesn't go about life the way most people do. I just have some compassion for people like that. So I'm not about to defend Aaron Rodgers, but I'm also not about to let the listeners think that this is a group sentiment that we have
That's
about
fair,
Aaron
and
Rodgers
you are
right here.
entitled to your
That's all.
opinions, and everyone's entitled to be a free thinker. I think that the thing that I bristle at is Aaron Rodgers does this, as well as a lot of those saltine bros. They use free thinker as a cudgel to be an asshole.
Right.
So I think it's great to be open-minded in my view, but I do not appreciate when people say, well, I'm just a free thinker, but really you're being a contrarian piece of shit. So like, this is where like things flipped for me. And it's fascinating because I always hated Aaron Rodgers growing up because I was a Vikings fan. And for a long time, he was just the coolest kid. Everyone loved him. So when the whole immunization, like ivermectin, whatever bullshit that he did, when he did that and he became like a pariah, I felt vindicated because I was like, I always hated this fucking dude. Piece of shit. I was just waiting for you to fucking heel turn, and thank you for doing it. Brett Favre did the same thing. We know Jordan Love will eventually do it. Jhamar, with your hand raised.
All right.
Go for it.
All right. I have a question. So, Aaron Rodgers or Barack Obama? Who do you dislike more?
I mean, it's kind of not fair because Aaron Rodgers is a childhood hatred. I've hated this man with every fiber of my being.
Okay, Leigh.
Aaron
Now you
Rodgers.
go. Wow. Okay. Aaron Rodgers never unalived anyone. By the
We
way.
don't know
And
this
I'm
for
not
sure.
Hey,
defending
we're
that.
on our opinions
can't-
too.
Listen, man.
And I can't say
True,
he
no,
never
true,
unalived
I'm just
anybody.
saying.
He also has never been in a position of power. If he was president or if he was
Yeah.
RFK's running mate
Can you
and he
imagine?
actually wasn't in power, you know that guy would unalive for sure. With like,
Well, Jimmy Carter did unalive
well, we all
anyone,
love
so
Jimmy
I'm
Carter.
just giving
Well,
you
I
the
love
context.
Jimmy Carter is not Aaron Rodgers.
Jimmy Carter was kicked out of office for not kicked out, but he was fucking not elected again because he had a peanut farm. Y'all ever seen the Onion article that they wrote?
Because he
From
like
Jimmy
admitted
Carter?
to
It's
it.
so funny. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, let's let this guy run again. No big deal. I just had a peanut farm, but sure, I guess the guy that fucked a porn star can just run.
Sure.
No problem. I was just tending to my peanuts.
I love Jimmy
Yeah,
Carter.
Jimmy
man.
Carter was
Jimmy
the
Carter
shit.
He did.
is-
Shit. I don't mean to go past tense there, big fella. 100 and still kicking.
Stay with us.
Word.
Stay with us, please, for
Word.
however long you can
Shout
make
to
it.
Jimmy.
But okay, so I hear you.
Any more Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, because
bashing?
I'm not done with this man. He like when I say that like these saltine types use it as a cudgel, just because he didn't unalive anybody like at the scale of a president
Right.
who ordered drone strikes, and like I hold all those things that Obama did in contempt. He doesn't get a pass from me. Nonetheless, where Aaron Rodgers is dangerous is because he spews all this bullshit out and then like hides behind the guise of free thinking. So especially with the vaccines, that shit was really dangerous. And he knew it was wrong. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said I was immunized. Like he wouldn't have fucking lied to the people if he knew that it was a fucking problem. Like if you really like, this is my big thing with free thinkers and all the people who say that they're free thinkers. If you can't express yourself and articulate your position in a room full of people who are curious and who are asking you to defend your position, then you're not a free thinker at all. You just don't want to be fucking censored. That's a total different thing to me. If you like have an opinion, great. If it's a contrarian opinion, great. Then you should have no problem articulating and explaining why you believe what you believe. And if you're pressed on it, you shouldn't get fucking catty with people who have questions about this, because if it is a contrarian take, then all the more reason for you to have a defense against it. I hate when people fucking hide behind free speech, when they hide behind free thinking to back up some really toxic shit. And then they all fucking whine about, well, how dare they ask me questions? Or the JD Vance, like, well, we were not supposed to be fact checking this. Fuck you, buddy. The whole thing is we're supposed to be fact checking your ass. And if you are good enough and like have a fucking like strong belief otherwise, well, you tell me why I should fucking believe you. Like, that's the whole fucking deal, man. That's the whole point of discourse.
But Jesse, listen, you got to understand that some people just have an intuition about things, Jesse, and everyone can't explain that intuition like you can. If someone feel like they're tapped into the ancestors and tapped to the spirits, and they're getting calling, because bro, you want me to be real? What about the Pope, bro? Let's talk about the Pope
in a second.
Let's talk about the Pope.
You, Jhamar, is maybe not everyone fucking should. Then I'm not out here trying to fucking start games for the fucking New York Jets or the Green Bay Packers because I am not a professional quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be opining to people because he shouldn't be a person who fucking articulates opinions to the masses. Sorry, bro. Your card, like the hand that you got fucking dealt was to be a professional quarterback. And I'm not saying shut up and ball. That's not what I'm saying. You have your opinions if you want.
That's what it's given.
Because what I'm saying is be fucking bold enough and brave enough to say it with your chest. Don't fucking turn into this whiny ass mess when people come for you for having shitty opinions. That is the way that, like, I don't mind that you have the opinions. I don't mind that you say the opinions. What I mind is this whole fucking woe is me, everybody's after me fucking behavior because people do not agree with you. So if you're not good at that and like, you can't do it, well then maybe like don't put yourself out there like that. Maybe you shouldn't be the host of Jeopardy. Maybe you shouldn't like have your own podcast. Maybe you shouldn't be a podcast guest because you're not good at it. So,
but here's the thing, Jesse, check this out. I guarantee if you and Aaron Rodgers were to sit down and drink some whiskey and it would be in a relaxed situation that's calm, and you guys are just chatting and he's being his authentic self, you would probably love that man, or you would probably say, hey,
I
man,
would drop that man.
I was like, absolutely not.
I would fucking smack that man in his face. And even if I would get my fucking ass beat, and I'm sure I would, this man is very fucking, he's still a fucking professional athlete. I would drop kick that man.
So no one, wait, y'all really don't like him. Like, this is real.
There's no way I sat down
like, this is real.
My whole fucking life. I hate the Green Bay Packers and that shit. Like, whatever. There have been Packers that like I can like get behind and like even find affection for, especially if they come on the Vikings. Like Aaron Jones tearing it up for us this year. Fucking love Aaron Jones. He's awesome. And there are like Packers that like are great players that are fun to watch. Aaron Rodgers, since I was a child, I knew that man was smug. I knew he was a fucking heel. And when he fucking did it, like I said, I felt so vindicated because my whole life growing up, I was like, I fucking hate this dude. I know this dude is a fucking piece of shit. And when he was doing his little smug fucking State Farm commercials and doing his little like Office jokes and his little man, but this is Leigh. This is connected because he's a huge Office fan. So you know how I feel about Office. He's like, he's always trying to fucking play that like thing. He was always like the popular kids at my high school who were also fucking bullies and were not nice people. They were mean people, but they were popular because they were good at sports or whatever. He gave me those vibes. I knew he was a piece of shit from fucking day one.
His family doesn't even talk to him. His family doesn't like
and I knew that shit. That's the shit I would bring up when I was a kid. When
his brother,
like, why do you hate him? I'd be like, yo, he doesn't talk to his family, yo. It's weird vibes coming from this dude.
There's no way I would like that man if I sat down next to him.
Fuck no.
I don't have the same level as
I had no idea.
Green Bay stuff. However, I do really hate the Green Bay Packers, but not
fuck them.
Wow. Yo, I didn't know it's like that. Okay, listen. I take everything I said back earlier. I didn't understand that people are this passionate.
I hate him, man.
Jesse, have you ever seen a movie? It's called Celtics Pride, when these two Celtics fans had kidnapped the player from the Utah Jazz.
But I have seen the movie 10 Things I Hate About You, and I'd love to reboot that around my hatred for Aaron Rodgers.
But actually,
except I have to call it A Million Things I Hate About You.
And things that you actually hate, because that's the whole
things that I loathe about your ass. Anyway, it's been a fucking joy. I don't even know why I'm mad, because I love seeing this man play out and get so fucking mad and throw these little tantrums. The only thing that he's throwing more than a tantrum right now is vast amounts of interceptions. So this has been a great year for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hater. I love it. Keep throwing him, buddy.
Got his coach fired too.
Wow, man.
He got his coach fired today. Yeah.
Well,
This little saltine was like, what the fuck? And he was like posturing on the sideline, shoving around Robert Saleh.
He is so powerful.
Robert Saleh, the first Muslim coach in
man.
NFL history, he got fucking unfairly fired because this saltine ass, fucking immunized, ivermectin having ass was like, what the fuck? How can't, why are we doing 3? Well, maybe because you threw a fucking second interception toward the Eiffel Tower there, big fella.
Maybe.
Maybe because you threw a game-ending fucking interception that Gilmore sniffed out, buddy. You think about that?
wow.
Trash.
Crash ass.
Trash.
I said
Wow,
it. And I said
okay,
it with my
man.
chest. You see how that looks? You could check me on it. Check me on it publicly, and I will still say what I'm saying because I have conviction in what I'm saying. That is the difference.
Yo, listen.
That's free thinking.
Listen, if anyone is watching this and thinks Jesse is kidding,
I don't think anybody
he's
does
not.
think he's
I see
kidding.
his passion. I see this passion in real life, and I'm just like, this dude's the real deal. All this energy he got online is crazy in person too, man. But way to end the third thread, man, with some energy. Now we have a never have a. What is this game called? Would
Yeah.
you rather?
Yeah.
It's called. Would you rather? Not
Never
never.
what?
have ever.
I need to get tapped out of my referee
All
of
right.
being able to drop kick Aaron Rodgers from the bar.
Oh,
there would be
man,
a
that was
line
good,
behind you, Jesse. It'd be like,
I know.
"Next."
See, that's why I know I'd be like, yeah, he could kick my ass one-on-one, but I might have the rest of the bar with me. You
Yep.
know? Like, we might be able to-
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. This community. I'm sorry, man. I'm
The
outnumbered.
one thing I will give him credit for is that my darts bar, we throw out a kettle of fish in the West Village, and they are a Packers bar, unfortunately. But I'm close with the owners, and he did donate some money to them when they were facing the potential of closing during COVID. So I do have to give him credit.
Oh wow.
So I'm giving him credit.
Wow, Jesse, do you still hate him after
Absolutely.
that?
I'd still drop kick him off that very
Okay.
fucking bar.
Okay. Like what can he do? What can he do to get you not to hate him?
I think it would start with a very introspective look at himself. Because, like Leigh said, if you're not talking to your family, you deaded your family. Look, I don't know the dynamic. I have no idea. But that is suggestive of me. I've seen people, I've met people who deaded their families, and it wasn't necessarily because of the family. It might have had something more to do with them. And again, I don't know the Rodgerses. Maybe they're fucking horrible people. I don't know. Maybe he had a good reason for deading them. But at the very least was a suggestion that maybe his character is a little motivated by vengeance and vindictiveness. Certainly everything he's done in public, especially since it was revealed that he was an anti-vaxxer, has suggested that much. That he acts with vindictiveness. That he goes on people's podcasts and lambasts them for being critical of him, for daring to be critical of him.
And before that, it
If
felt like
he-
he was trying so hard to be celebrity status, not just athlete celebrity, and then now turned it into this whole other thing.
So if you really want to know, like, what would make me change my opinion of Aaron Rodgers, if he was able to show an ounce of introspection and say, hey, maybe I haven't always been right. And he would hate doing that because people like him can't do it. Trump can't do it. These men who are built on vindictiveness, Elon Musk can't do it. They can't show introspection because they consider that a form of weakness. And it's not weakness. It is like the first and most like strong thing you can do to grow and to actually have like a sustainable sense of self, because you just wither and die as a person if you are not willing to be introspective about yourself and look at your shortcomings as a person. So if Aaron Rodgers, for some reason, gave a shit about my respect, he could start with a little bit of introspection, because we see it again on the sidelines. We see it play out. This man does not ever think he's wrong. He never thinks he's wrong. In all of his ayahuasca trips, he must have taken a lower dosage, because it's like Kendrick said. you need to maybe take some ayahuasca and strip the ego. But I don't think, like, Aaron Rodgers is still retaining a lot, so they must have just given him green tea. I don't know.
What did they give him?
It's
Man,
that green
listen,
bean,
I was
green
half-
bay ayahuasca. It's not very potent.
I was halfway through that, and I'm just like, why did I ask him this question and get him started?
You're right.
again?
You're right. We can move on.
But would you rather?
Just-
Who got it? Who
Okay,
has
I
one?
got it queued up. I like this one. This is a very interesting one, especially for folks around the East Coast. But Leigh, you've lived out here, like near here too. You've been to New York, so
Mhm.
I'm sure you've seen both of these creatures who are going to be featured in this Would You Rather. The question is, would you rather find a rat in your kitchen or a roach in your bed?
Or I can go first.
Oh man.
Yeah, go for it, Leigh.
Rat.
Bruh.
You
Rat in
can
the
get
kitchen,
it. I put out a trap.
Man.
It's gone. And if you have an infestation, you can still get rid of them. Roach in my bed. I'm not sleeping.
Yeah.
Even if I killed that thing, because you know why? There's always more. There are always more. There may be more rats. There are always more roaches.
Oh my god, yo, y'all crazy.
There's no way.
Yo, stop. This is too close to home because
of York
like,
City?
bro, there are rats outside of my apartment, bro, and like every day I gotta interact with them.
heard about that
single
rat
day.
problem.
There's not a day go by.
They have a rat czar.
Oh
They have
my
birth.
God.
They have birth
czar.
control now. So
They
I
have
saw,
a rat czar in New
Yeah, I
York
saw
City.
that.
and they're on birth control. I saw a post.
The rats are on birth
I
control.
saw they were putting on something to make them stop having.
Yeah.
God.
They get better free
Yeah,
health
yeah,
care
yeah,
than
don't
we
try
should.
that.
Can't believe they got birth control. Free birth control for the rats. Yeah. Well, that would like make
Hey,
like all the
Jesse.
make the feminist rats all move out to New York. Sorry, that's really
Hey, there wouldn't be any more.
hey, it's free.
There wouldn't be any more.
We're a sanctuary city for the rats. So Jhamar, do you
Jesse, what do you
okay,
think?
I will concur. A roach in the bed is fucking terrifying. I hate roaches, man. Aside from that, the Men in Black impression, I hope I never come close to a roach. But yeah, roaches I hate with every like fiber of my being. They are disgusting, repulsive creatures. The fact that they can live through nuclear radiation is really disturbing to me. I'm really sad that they probably will take over the globe after World War III. I'm not with it. Rats, on the other hand, yes, disgusting, vile, but you know, ratatouille goes a long way. And if that rat's in my kitchen, maybe if I just, you know, nurture him a little bit, give him a little shower, pop him in under my cap, maybe I'll be making some Michelin star tuxedo seed tomato salads or something.
You like Stuart Little when you was a kid.
I
right?
love
You like
Stuart
that
Little.
movie?
And the other ones I love
Yeah.
was Redwall. I loved
Wait,
the fucking Redwall books,
just-
man.
Fuck is
I,
that?
I just found out that Stuart Little is just a mouse-sized human. It's not a mouse.
No, they have a movie of him. He's a mouse.
I read this somewhere recently. I think it's even on Threads. I'm gonna look it up.
I mean, maybe in the book, but in it, there's a movie, and that motherfucker is a mouse. I guarantee you, that guy's flying a little fucking plane.
I know what you're talking about. Maybe I might be thinking of something else, but I swear I saw that. Go on.
I think Ratatouille was just a rat-sized human too. He was. No,
Like Master Splinter.
yeah, there are some endearing rats, and I do those Redwall books, man. I loved them. I loved them growing up. I was like, yeah, maybe I was just like coded to love rodentia. I don't know, but you don't see any cutesy kid stories featuring roaches in medieval garb and medieval plot lines and such.
You do have La Cucaracha, but that's about it.
La Cucaracha, I don't even know that one.
You know the song La Cucaracha.
I know the song, yeah.
Isn't that just a cockroach about a cockroach?
Hey, Macarena.
That's not a
Right?
hooker.
Hey, Macarena, Macarena, Macarena.
It's the Macarena about a cockroach.
No, the Macarena's not a hooker.
No, that maybe it is about a cockroach. You're like slapping them, like. Okay, so tomorrow
All
we're
right,
two for
yo,
12 rats. Are you
who
gonna
has-
you gonna be with us here? You said you had some rats outside, so maybe you have the different take here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yo, like a roach on your bed is crazy. Like, that's probably the most embarrassing thing I can ever think of. Like, just imagine, because I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes these things appear in my apartment because I live in this old
Yeah, they
apartment.
get into
Oh, we have
cockroaches can get
water
in
bugs.
anything.
We have water bugs. roaches come in.
Yeah,
But when we lived up the road in
Yeah,
Queens, there was a
bro.
horrible roach problem in that building. It's just like pervasive. Can't get rid of it.
It's crazy.
They're
So
everywhere in
it's
New
just like
Orleans.
when y'all.
Oh,
So I laugh because when y'all said that, I'm like, why do y'all have me imagining this? I was just like, why?
That's like
Because
a good one.
yeah, I was like, why? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna say mice. I'm not gonna say rat.
Oh,
bro.
you
I'm
can't
gonna
get
say
can that one the
nice
one
little-
rat?
A small
I think you're
little
changing the
mice.
rules. That means you gotta
That's
see.
it.
Yeah, you gotta sing.
Bro, a rat is
You gotta
scary.
choose.
Okay. I gotta
If
say what?
you won't give
Gotta
us an
say what?
answer between rat and cockroach, you need to sing the Macarena.
All right, but I don't know the words. I'm just about to
Go
like
for it.
freestyle it. All right. Hey Macarena, Macarena. Hey Macarena, Takalina. Hey Macarena, Macarena. Hey Takalina. All right.
This is wild.
Worth it.
That's yeah. I think if you posted those lyrics, AI moderation would somehow take
I like Takalina.
Tacolina was.
I have no
particularly
idea what that
charged. I
song
don't
is
know.
about, man. You listen. All right, who has a I'm happy I got out of that because the power of the tongue is real, and I'm not trying to be out here waking up with no roaches in my face. So I thank you for an easy song, man.
Well, I guess you don't have to answer this one, but the true question I think would be like roaches or bed bugs,
Oh,
because like
true.
yeah,
That's
so
tougher.
we can leave our
That's
listeners
tougher.
with that one. That might be tougher, because like aesthetically, the bed bugs are less offensive, but you really got to tear your shit up. Your whole life's fucking uprooted.
I'm gonna choose the roach in that one. This bed bugs.
Yeah, I think the roach gets it.
Just-
I think the roach
just
thinks
like
it because
our roaches.
that's an
Yo,
opinion.
y'all really having fun right now.
Yeah.
Y'all like
Well,
this.
I
Oh
think
my
it'd be fun to
god.
imagine the
Oh.
bed bugs.
It's like,
All right, who has a
I
impersonation?
thought you did.
If you got one for us
Okay.
this week, I think we're gonna get next.
I got one. Yo, it's your boy 50 Cent, man. It's your boy 50 Cent. This the unThreaded TV show. It's the best TV show. It's the best TV show out there. And we out of here. Unthreaded. I didn't even practice
was good,
that,
man.
I
That was
just
good.
I should have practiced that.
Come in with like a young buck verse, like I'm still nice Marco guy. Look, mine is a hook knife. Tacarina, you mean?
Tacarina.
I even know. I never looked at
It's
the
in
lyrics of those
Spanish, so
songs.
it's not like most people know that. No, most people do not know the words
Oh, I
to
thought
that.
that was English.
No, that song is
Oh,
only
okay.
about a whore or hooker named Macarena.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was about a cockroach.
No, I was saying La Cucaracha is about a cockroach and
Well, I'm just
Macarena.
fucking with you. I know
Oh.
it's not about a cockroach. I did not know it was about a lady of the night, though. That is new information to me.
I think she doesn't want
And-
anything to do with them, and they're like trying to like get her to like come over.
Right? She's like, they all want me, they can't have me.
Yeah.
But then
Oh yeah, that is the English part.
See, I knew it.